How's it going? SonSet with Covenant Twisted Sun. I'm out here in the mountains, just taking some time for myself. I wanted to stress the need and the importance for people to take this time for yourself, to take the time to get away. I'm out here right now. The only way to get up here is through a fairly rugged 4x4 trail. I hope you have some good hiking boots too. There's a major tourist trap over here, but that's where everybody goes. They don't come here. So yeah, you'll hear vehicles going by on the road, but people rarely come up here. People mainly go out there. You can hear them out there shooting. Got my rifle over here with me if I need it. But the point is, there comes a time in every sorcerer or magician's life, especially whenever they start to get really heavy into their practice, that they burn out. All the beings, all of the rituals, sometimes expensive trappings of the rituals, it gets to you. It gets to you. You have to find a way to unplug. Some people call it grounding. Some people call it a detox. Some people call it the fuck magic, I'm done moment. But it comes for everything. It comes for all of us. And it will come for you too. Where you have to sit there and you have to think, do I still want to do this? After you get past that first time that happens, it just becomes a bit of a ritual in and of itself. To unplug from the magic, to unplug from the spiritual, and go back to the dirt, go back to the sand, the rocks, to go back to nature. This little circle I'm in is just made out of rocks. Partially built whenever I found it. So I went ahead and I made a little temporary circle out of them. Like me, it's not perfect. You don't see any censers burning incense. There's no lit coals. There's no candles. There's no spell books. It's just me and nature. Me and the circle. Returning to source. Returning to its center. A spiritual death, if you will. If you really wanted to get into it from a more spiritual point of view. But every magician needs to have a little circle of solitude that they can go to. You can't just continue. You can't just hardcore go and go and go and go and go and go. You have to take time. You have to take you time. Sure, if you're in the middle of a path working with a certain spirit, cool, do what you have to do. But try and take some time for yourself at the end of all of it, okay? E.A. Keating called it the refractory period. Most magicians just call it grounding. You cannot live in the spiritual at all times. You will go mad. You will lose your mind. I've done this. Madness exploration, even though it may be a fun thing to do, it's a destructive thing to do. because you don't know where you're going to wind up. You don't know where your relationships are going to end up. You wind up missing time where you don't know what happened. And the best way to fix that is to ground. To go back to center. Take it down to the first step. Look at everything again. Re-examine everything, where you're at. It may not be the coolest thing in the world. It may not be you may not be summoning up spirits of old to materialize in front of you. But it is necessary. And only a fool would deny this. So unless you're doing madness exploration, ground. Enter your refractory period. Take some time away from magic. It'll still be there when you get back. This has been SonSet with the Covenant of the Twisted Sun.